Back with a new exercise for you. Actually, I want to talk about how you can practice scales, and because basically everybody's always obsessing how you can learn all the notes on the fretboard, and I want to show you an exercise how you can work on technique and learning all the notes on the fretboard. And basically what we're going to do is to play a scale, a major scale, over the entire fretboard, and I'm going to pick a key that I don't like, so it's going to be B natural, and then I'm going to pick a pattern, you know, that is not so easy to play on the guitar, so that's going to be fourth intervals. So how I'm starting, and I just like completely sort of stole the entire idea and all the exercises from Nathan Graybill. Check out this video here. It's really cool, and it gave me so much to watch this video, and just wanted to sort of transfer the exercise to the guitar. So basically how we start is by playing the exercise or the pattern, the scale pattern, across the fretboard in a slow tempo without the metronome. So since it's super tricky to play a scale up and down over the entire fretboard in a pattern, I'm starting by playing the scale without the pattern first. So I'm choosing B major, and I would even think for a moment, okay, which kind of notes do I have here? B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. So I'm taking one pattern of the major scale, and I'm thinking about the name of the notes there just to, you know, have an overview. And then next up, I'm starting as low as possible. So the lowest note would be the E. And then I'm just playing F sharp, thinking the name of the notes. A sharp. And I'm just working my way up from the lowest note to the highest possible note on the fretboard. And I'm not using like the same fingering all the time, but just like I'm getting from one note to the next note. So maybe I'm using different fingerings each time I go back and down, because I'm just thinking about the next note. And I also really like to do it like this because it helps me to really, you know, have a look at all the different corners of my fretboard. C sharp, D sharp, so always thinking the note. And like this, I can see the highest note would be the C sharp on this guitar. And then I just descend. Yeah, so you can see I already used a different way up and down, different, you know, points where I would change the string. So this is very tricky about the guitar because we have so many possibilities to play one thing right. But let's think about the guitar like a big flute. The lowest note would be the E, and the highest note in this case the C sharp. And I always like to think like if somebody else would be in the other room, just like hearing me play a scale up and down, they would never, of course, obsess where I would change on the string, but just like hear a scale going up and down. So that's what I imagine. And next up, I'm going to play the scale in fourths again, just for orientation. I play it in a scale pattern. And I have to say, I'm thinking about the notes while I'm playing up and down, but I'm also visualizing all those different scale patterns or scale, you know, like diagrams that we all know. So I'm also sort of seeing those, you know, those patterns, and that's also helpful. And so now I'm starting to play from the lowest to the highest in the fourth interval. about the names of the notes. A sharp, right? Right, and then, so the first exercise would be to find the tempo that I just had. So, do, dee. I have this tap in button here that I can tap the tempo in. And now I'm just playing the same thing one more time, but now with a metronome, a couple of times up and down. God, I hate this spot. I'm always confused here, so I'm going to repeat a little bit. So now the next step is to set up or set a goal, a tempo goal. And I really like this idea of, you know, accomplishing something in one day and just saying, okay, how can I push myself now and, you know, maybe reach a small new goal. So I couldn't possibly push myself to playing this in 200 beats per minute, but I'm thinking, let's try to play it in 144. Let's try to play it in 144 because that would be 60 notes in 70 beats per minute. So now I'm just, you know, raising the tempo. This is going to be my goal for today, this tempo. And then I'm going to do all the steps from his video and let's see what's going to happen. So, oh my God. Scheiße. Ja, scheiße. Ja. Yeah, so I can't really do it. You can see I have a hiccup here and I also know I'm having really trouble visualizing and seeing the notes here. So this is the first step, is the goal is 144. And then he has this section which I really like, completely love. It's the no doubt section. And it's to play again the same exercise but really slowly at 50 beats per minute. And then just to play only on the one. So it would be a whole note. And I really love that. And yeah, just to play it super clean and to think about the notes. So it's going to be super slow and super boring. Going to speed it up, but I'm going to show you also how I play it. And yes, on the guitar, always the big discussion is to play legato. So to connect the notes. Then the next exercise would be to play, and I know that those are like typical saxophone exercise, but so good, is to play long, short, and to play that without the metronome, right? So I'm going to sort of chunk two notes together, long, short, so long, short. So the short note is as quick as possible, and the long note is as long as I like. So I always have to imagine the next two notes, right? Since one is short, the next one after it has to be really quick. And then the idea is to have the metronome faster than I had the goal. So I had 144, so now I'm going to put it on 152. And now I'm going to play this exercise. Oh my goodness. Oh. So now I'm playing at 152. And I'm still playing a long, short, long, short, long. So it's a dotted 8 note and a 16 note. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's always the same space. Yeah. And so the next thing would be to just like do it the other way around. So to play short, long. Yeah, so I'm really practicing here, and can sound a little not so great, but I think if you're practicing, you're sounding good all the time. Maybe you're not working on the stuff that you really need to work on. So now I'm going to do that also, short, long. Ah. Yeah. And so So, but those exercises are really cool. So the next one would be to play 2 notes, right? No, 3 notes, and then have the last one as long as I want, and go back to 8 notes. Oh God. Yeah, and the next one is 4 notes, and the last one as long as I want. Yeah, so the idea is to just like give yourself the time to visualize 2 notes and then 3 notes and then 4 notes at a time, and to have those notes as chunks together. And the last step, of course, would be to go back to the tempo. That was my goal, because I have been playing faster now, and now I'm going to play it up and down in 8 notes. Oh man. Yeah, and so like this is really a nice feeling for me, because I feel like really have been pushing my limits a little bit, and I also realize exactly where I am having to put in the work. So sometimes I just can't see the notes so quickly on the fretboard, and then I'm going back and forth in those spots. So B major it will be for me for the next days. And yes, I hope this video is inspiring for you. Me personally, I could go on practicing each of those sections of all those exercises for a really long time. I'm having a lot of fun just playing technical exercises. Nasira, bye.